Have you ever seen injustice in the smallest moments, something that makes your blood boil? Imagine being just a kid, invisible to the world, until kindness and courage change everything. In this story, you'll witness how one quiet boy's simple act of kindness sparks a chain reaction that exposes the darkness lurking behind a small-town facade. You'll learn how a tiny coin gave hope to a boy trapped in neglect, and how a community's silent anger turned into powerful justice. But here's the twist. You won't believe what happens next. The real hero isn't who you think, and the truth behind the town's darkest secret will blow your mind. If you love stories about ordinary people standing up for what's right, hit that like button now. Drop in the comments where you're watching from. Your voice matters. Together, we'll see how even the smallest acts can create unstoppable change. Stay tuned, because the most shocking part is coming soon. I walk into the small-town convenience store. It is early morning, and the shelves are full of snacks, drinks, and little things people buy every day. I look around and see Mrs. Lily behind the counter. She is the cashier. She smiles at me. She is pregnant, and her belly is big. Even though she looks tired, she still has a kind smile. I walk quietly to the shelves. I am looking for some coins. My father drank last night, and he left some coins behind. I need to find nickels, dimes, or pennies. I want to buy something small, maybe a candy or a drink. I look on the floor, under the shelves, and behind the counter. I find a few coins, mostly nickels and pennies, but not enough. I need more. I step closer to the cash register. Mrs. Lily looks at me kindly. "Hello, Jamie," she says softly. "Are you looking for coins today?" I nod quickly. "Yes, ma'am, just some nickels." "I need a few." She reaches into a small jar behind the counter. She takes out a shiny dime and hands it to me. "Here," she says, "you can have this. It's not much, but maybe it will help." I feel happy and surprised. A dime is small, but it means a lot to me. I clutch it tightly. I look at Mrs. Lily's gentle face. Her kindness makes me feel warm inside, even though my life is sometimes cold and hard. "Thank you," I whisper. "You're very kind." Mrs. Lily gives me a soft smile. "Just remember, Jamie, everyone needs a little kindness. Even small acts can make a big difference." I turn away from the counter and pocket the dime. I walk toward the door, feeling a small spark of hope. Maybe today won't be so bad. Maybe someone cares. As I step outside, I look at the quiet street. I know life is tough. My father is often drunk, and I have to find my own way. But for now, I am glad Mrs. Lily shared her kindness with me. I take a deep breath and walk down the street. The sun is just starting to rise. I know I will face more hard days, but for now, I hold on to that little dime. It is a tiny light in my dark world, and in my heart, I feel a small hope. Maybe even in this small town, someone cares. Maybe kindness can help me survive another day. That was the start of my story. It was just one small moment, but sometimes one small act can give a lost boy a tiny bit of hope. I woke up early in the small town. The sky was gray and cloudy. I looked around my small, messy room. It was quiet. My stomach was empty, and my mind was full of worries. I knew I had to go to the store again. That's where I always looked for coins or food. I slipped out of the house quietly, so my father wouldn't wake up. He was still drunk and sleeping on the couch. I tiptoed past him and went outside. I had only a few coins left. Maybe I could find a nickel or a dime somewhere. The walk to the store was short. It was the same small store where I had been many times before. The windows were dirty, and the sign outside was old. Inside, the store was warm and noisy. The smell of candy and old paper filled the air. Mrs. Lily was behind the counter. She was pregnant and looked tired, but she still smiled when she saw me. "Good morning, Jamie," she said softly. She was kind to me. She always was. "Hi, Mrs. Lily," I whispered. I looked down at the counter, feeling shy. I was afraid I wouldn't find enough coins today. Mrs. Lily looked at me. She noticed I was short on change. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a shiny dime. It was small but bright. She handed it to me. "Here, "Take this. Maybe it will help," she said kindly. I felt a little spark inside me. That dime was more than just money. It was kindness. It made me feel less alone. I looked up and smiled shyly. "Thank you," I said quietly. Mrs. Lily smiled back. "Take care today, Jamie." I put the dime in my pocket and left the store feeling a bit happier. The small act of kindness had brightened my day. I walked back home slowly, holding the tiny coin. But I knew life was still hard. I still had no real home, no food for dinner, and no one to help me. Still, I carried that small hope with me. Maybe someday, things would get better. When I got home, the house was quiet. My father was still asleep. I sat on the broken sidewalk outside and looked at the dime in my hand. It was a small thing, but it felt big to me, like a tiny light in the dark. As I sat there, I thought about the store, about Mrs. Lily and her kind smile. I felt warm inside, even though I was cold outside. That small kindness was like a star shining in my cloudy sky. I knew that not everyone in the town was kind. Some people, like Mr. Smith, were angry and mean, but I also knew that kindness could come from anyone, even strangers. I looked at the tiny dime again and whispered to myself, maybe this is just a small thing, but it makes me believe that there is some good in the world. And with that thought, I stood up and went inside. I kept the dime safe in my pocket. Tomorrow was a new day. Maybe it would bring more small moments of kindness. Maybe it would bring hope. I took a deep breath and looked at the cloudy sky. I was still scared, still lonely, but I had a tiny piece of hope. And sometimes, that's enough to keep going. I walk into the small store. It is quiet today. The shelves are full of snacks, drinks, and little things people buy. I look around for coins. I need nickels for my piggy bank. Sometimes I find a few coins left by other people. Today, I hope to find a small treasure. I go to the counter where Mrs. Lily works. She is the kindest person in the town. She is pregnant and her belly is big. She smiles when she sees me. "Hello, Jamie," she says softly. "Did you find any coins today?" I shake my head. "Not yet. I'm still looking." Mrs. Lily bends down and hands me a shiny dime. It's a small silver circle. My eyes light up. I hold the dime carefully. "Here," she says. "Maybe this will help." I feel a warm smile inside. A dime is not much, but to me, it's like a big gift. It makes me feel a little hope. Maybe things can get better, even if just for a while. I say thank you, and I put the dime in my pocket. I want to keep it safe. I look at Mrs. Lily's kind face. I think she cares about me. Just then, a man walks into the store. His name is Mr. Smith. He is middle-aged and has a grumpy face. He is known as the regular, but he is not like the other townspeople. He is often angry and selfish. Today, Mr. Smith walks straight to the counter. He points at some cigarettes on the shelf. "I want a pack of those," he says loudly. Mrs. Lily looks at him kindly. "You know, Mr. Smith, you can't have cigarettes without paying first." Mr. Smith frowns. "I don't care. Give me the cigarettes." Mrs. Lily shakes her head. "I'm sorry, but I can't give you those without money." Mr. Smith's face turns red. He gets angry. His eyes flash with frustration. "Are you stupid? Give me what I want," he yells. Mrs. Lily steps back a little. She is pregnant and looks worried. She tries to stay calm. "No, Mr. Smith, I cannot give you cigarettes without paying. Please leave if you are angry." Mr. Smith's hands curl into fists. He is upset now. He shouts loudly, "You're all fools. I pay your wages and you treat me like dirt." Suddenly, Mr. Smith reaches out and slaps Mrs. Lily very hard. She falls back, surprised and hurt. She puts her hand on her belly, trying to stay steady. The store goes silent. Everyone inside stops and looks at what just happened. Mrs. Lily looks shocked. She is pregnant and fragile. Tears fill her eyes. She whispers, "Please, leave now." Some customers cough or step back. They are angry but don't know what to do. The quietness turns into a tense silence. Everyone is shocked that Mr. Smith has hurt her. I feel my stomach twist. I want to help, but I don't know how. I see Mrs. Lily trembling. Her face looks sad and hurt. From the corner, I see Mr. Hayes. He is an old man who was in the army. He is a veteran. His face is kind but firm. He steps forward slowly. His eyes are strong. "You should leave now, Mr. Smith," Mr. Hayes says in a loud, calm voice. "Your actions are wrong. You cannot hurt others." Mr. Smith looks at Mr. Hayes. He is angry and humiliated. His face turns darker. Without a word, he turns around and storms out of the store. Everyone watches him go. They breathe out slowly. Some look at Mrs. Lily and me. They see she is hurt but still standing. Mrs. Lily wipes her eyes. She takes a deep breath. "Thank you," she quietly says to Mr. Hayes. He nods and smiles gently. "We must stand together. We all need kindness and courage." I look at Mrs. Lily. I feel sad for what happened. I want to do something, but I stay quiet. I clutch my small dime in my pocket. In that moment, I realize something. Even when someone is mean and cruel, there are people who care. And people can help stop the bad things from going too far. The store is quiet again. The customers talk softly. They look at Mrs. Lily and at me. I hold my dime tight. I think maybe small kindnesses, like this dime, can make a difference. Maybe, even in hard times, hope can still grow. Today, the store didn't just sell snacks or cigarettes. It showed that kindness and bravery matter more than anger. And I know that, no matter what, I am not alone. There are people who will stand up for me and for what is right. I woke up feeling tired, but a little better than yesterday. The sky outside was gray, and the small town was quiet as always. I stood in front of the mirror in our little apartment. My clothes were old and a little torn. My hair was messy. I looked at myself and thought about yesterday. I still had the small dime Mrs. Lily gave me. It was in my pocket. That dime was a small sign of hope. It made me feel not so alone. Today, I remembered how she looked when she helped me. Mrs. Lily is kind and gentle, but I saw her shiver when Mr. Smith hit her last night. She looked scared, but didn't say much. I wanted to help her. I wanted to protect her. But I was just a small boy. How could I do anything? After I ate some bread, I grabbed my coat and left the apartment. I went to the store where Mrs. Lily worked. I liked being there. The store was small, but it felt warm because she was there. I was nervous today, but I hoped I might see her smile. When I entered, Mrs. Lily was behind the counter. She was cleaning some shelves. She looked tired, but still kind. "Good morning, Jamie," she said gently. "Good morning," I whispered. I looked down at my feet. I wanted to say more, but I didn't know what. Just then, Mr. Smith came into the store. He was the same man who got angry last night. He looked grumpy as always. His face was red, and he carried a pack of cigarettes in his hand. He walked straight to the counter. "Hey," he said loudly, "I want my cigarettes. Now." Mrs. Lily looked at him politely. "Mr. Smith, I cannot give you cigarettes without payment. You know that." He frowned. "Come on, just give me a pack. I need them. I'm buying something else today, I swear." Mrs. Lily shook her head. "I'm sorry, but I can't do that. You have to pay first." Mr. Smith's face turned redder. He got angry. "You think you're the boss here? Just give me what I want." He reached across the counter and grabbed her arm. She looked surprised and scared. I wanted to say something, but I was too small. I just watched, feeling everything was wrong. Suddenly, Mr. Smith pushed her. She fell back, and she almost dropped the cash register. Her belly was big because she was pregnant. I felt a big worry in my chest. Mrs. Lily looked at him with wide eyes. I saw tears in her eyes. She was hurt, not just physically, but inside too. The store went quiet. Everyone in the store stared. Some people looked angry. Others looked scared. I felt my heart pounding. I wanted to help Mrs. Lily but didn't know how. Then a deep voice broke the silence. "Hey, leave her alone." It was Mr. Hayes, an older man who often came to the store. He was a veteran, a soldier who had fought in wars. His voice was calm but strong. Mr. Hayes stepped closer to Mr. Smith. "You've gone too far," he said. You need to leave now, or I will make sure you do." Mr. Smith looked at him. His face was red with anger. But he saw Mr. Hayes's serious eyes. He looked around at the people watching. They all looked upset. Mr. Smith grumbled and let go of Mrs. Lily's arm. He took a step back. "This isn't over," he said loudly. Then he turned and pushed past some customers. He stormed out of the store, slamming the door behind him. Everyone stayed silent for a moment. Then people started talking quietly. Mrs. Lily sat down behind the counter. She looked shaken but safe now. I ran to her. "Are you okay?" I asked softly. She nodded slowly. "Thank you, Jamie. You're a good boy." Sometimes people get angry because they are unhappy inside, but we have to stay strong. I looked at her big belly. I knew she was brave. I wished I could do more to protect her. I just had my little dime, but I promised myself I would find a way to help. After a while, Mr. Hayes came over to us. He put his hand gently on Mrs. Lily's shoulder. "You're safe now," he said. "We will all look after you." Mrs. Lily smiled a little. "Thank you, Mr. Hayes, and thank you, Jamie. Your kindness means a lot." I felt warm inside. Even though I was small, I helped. Maybe my small kindness could make a difference. The store was quiet again. People looked at each other and nodded. They were mad at Mr. Smith's cruelty. They wanted things to be better. Later, the townspeople started talking. They said that everyone must stand up against cruelty, that no one should hurt others. They decided to help Mrs. Lily and me. They made a plan. They wanted to help us have a better life. They wanted to make sure no one was hurt like that again. That day, I learned something very important. Sometimes, even if you are small, you can help others. Even if you are scared, your kindness can make a big difference. I looked at Mrs. Lily and Mr. Hayes. I saw hope in their eyes. I felt a little stronger. I knew that together we could face whatever came next. And I knew that kindness and bravery could undo even the worst hurt. I clutched my small dime in my pocket. It might be only a tiny coin, but to me it was a symbol, a sign that hope and kindness can shine through darkness. I walk into the store again. It's quiet today. The shelves are full of snacks, drinks, and little things people buy every day. I stand near the counter, holding my small plastic bag. Inside, I have a few nickels and a dime I found in the dirt outside. I think about how small kindnesses can make a big difference. Mrs. Lily is behind the counter. She looks tired, but she smiles when she sees me. She is pregnant, and her belly is big. She gently pats her stomach and says, "Hello, Jamie. How are you today?" "Okay," I say softly. I look down at my coins. I wish I had more, but this is all I got. Mrs. Lily reaches out and gives me a small, shiny dime. "Here, take this," she says kindly. "Maybe it will help you someday." I feel warm inside. This small act makes me believe that maybe things can get better. Even in a small town, kindness can be like a little light in the dark. I thank her quietly and put the dime in my pocket. It feels like a tiny spark of hope. Maybe one day, I can do something kind for someone else too. Suddenly, the door opens loudly. In walks Mr. Smith, a man who comes to the store often. He's middle-aged, with a mean face. He is always angry about something. Today, he looks more impatient than usual. He walks straight to the counter. His eyes narrow as he looks at Mrs. Lily. He points at a pack of cigarettes and says, "Give me a pack of those." Mrs. Lily gently shakes her head. "Sorry, Mr. Smith. You can't buy cigarettes today. You don't have enough money." Mr. Smith's face turns red. He grips the counter tightly. "What do you mean I don't have enough? I always buy from here." Mrs. Lily stays calm. "It's true. You don't have enough money today. I can't sell them to you." Mr. Smith frowns. "You're just a stupid girl. You should give me what I want." He reaches out and yanks at the pack. Mrs. Lily steps back. She looks scared now, but still tries to stay brave. "No," she says softly. "Please don't do that." Mr. Smith's face twists with anger. He yells, "Give me those cigarettes now." He pushes her hard. Mrs. Lily stumbles backwards. Her hand holds her stomach, and she looks frightened. The store suddenly becomes very quiet. Everyone turns to see what is happening. A man named Mr. Hayes, an older man with kind eyes, is sitting nearby. He sees what Mr. Smith is doing. Without hesitation, Mr. Hayes jumps up and steps forward. "Stop," he says loudly. "Leave her alone. You have crossed the line." Mr. Smith's eyes flicker with anger, but he sees Mr. Hayes standing tall. The angry look on his face makes Mr. Smith hesitate. "You better go now," Mr. Hayes says firmly, "or you'll have to face what comes next." Mr. Smith looks around. His face is full of shame. He glares at Mrs. Lily one last time and then turns and rushes out of the store. Everyone watches him run away. The store begins to breathe again. Mrs. Lily leans against the counter, holding her stomach. She looks shaken but safe. She takes a deep breath and says softly, "Thank you, Mr. Hayes." He nods. "He's gone now. You're safe." People in the store start talking quietly. Some are angry. Some are worried. The quiet crowd begins to understand how harsh and cruel Mr. Smith was today. I watch everything. My heart beats fast. I see Mrs. Lily's face. She's pregnant, and she was hurt because of the angry man. I want to do something. I want to help her, or at least tell everyone that kindness is stronger than anger. Mr. Hayes looks around and speaks to everyone. "We can't let this happen again. We have to look out for each other. We need to be brave, just like Mrs. Lily. We are a community." The people nod. They start talking about ways to help. Someone suggests we should all watch out for each other. Someone else says we should stand together if anyone tries to hurt someone again. Mrs. Lily smiles a little. She says, "Thank you all. I am lucky to have friends like you. I feel better seeing everyone come together. It's like a small light in all the darkness." Later, I walk outside holding my small bag. I think about what I saw today. Even when someone is mean and angry, kindness and bravery can make a difference. And maybe, just maybe, this small town can be a little safer and nicer. As I walk home, I keep the dime in my pocket. It's just a tiny coin, but to me, it's a symbol of hope. A small act of kindness can light up the darkness, even in the smallest ways. And I know that even in hard times, there are people who will stand up for what is right. That makes me believe things can get better. One small step, one brave person can change everything. That's what I learned today, and I will remember it the next time I see someone need help. Because kindness and courage are stronger than anger and cruelty. And in this small town, I believe that the light of kindness can shine bright enough to chase away the darkness. I walk into the store and see Mrs. Lily behind the counter. She is pregnant and looks tired, but she still smiles when she sees me. I hold my small handful of coins, feeling nervous. I want to buy something, but I only have a few nickels and dimes. I remember the dime she gave me last time. It made me feel like maybe things could get better. Mrs. Lily is busy, but she looks up and sees me. She puts down her clipboard and says, "Hi, Jamie, do you want something today?" I nod shyly. I look at the shelves, trying to decide what I can buy with my coins. I see a small bag of chips and a candy bar. I reach into my pocket and count my coins again. I don't have enough for both. Mrs. Lily walks over and says softly, "You can take the dime I gave you last time. Maybe it can help." I look at her and feel a tiny spark of hope. I take the dime and smile a little. It's a small thing, but it means a lot. I grab the bag of chips and the candy bar. I pay with my coins and the dime. As I turn to leave, I see Mr. Smith come into the store. He's a regular who always looks angry. He is middle-aged and has a rough face. He walks straight to the counter, looking annoyed. "Hey," he says loudly, "I need some cigarettes. Give me a pack." Mrs. Lily, even though I'm small, I know that our community can be strong when we stick together. As I walk out of the store that day, I hold tight to the hope that kindness and courage can fight against hurt and hatred. And I promise myself, I will keep trying no matter what. Because sometimes a small act of bravery can make a big difference. I stood in the store, looking around at everything. It was quiet and still after what had happened. The shelves were full of cans and boxes, and Mrs. Lily was behind the counter. She was pregnant, and I could see she was trying to stay strong. She smiled at me when I came in. It felt different now. After the fight with Mr. Smith, everyone was talking quietly. The store was still, but I could tell something had changed inside. Mrs. Lilly looked at me and said, "Jamie, are you okay?" Her voice was soft but caring. I nodded. "Yes, ma'am, I'm okay." She reached out and patted my hand. "Good. You're a brave boy." I looked down. I didn't feel brave, not really, but I wanted to believe I was. Just then, Mr. Hayes, the man who always wore a jacket and hat, came in. He was a veteran, and everyone trusted him. He looked around and saw Mrs. Lilly. His face was serious. "I want to thank you, Mrs. Lilly," Mr. Hayes said gently. "You did the right thing. We all saw what happened." She nodded slowly. "It was terrible. I never thought someone would hurt me like that." Mr. Hayes looked at me. "Jamie, you did a good thing too. You stayed quiet and brave." I felt a little better hearing that. A few people came into the store. They looked serious. Some of them had been there during the fight. They talked quietly, but with feeling. They knew what had just happened was wrong. One man, Mr. Carter, stepped forward and looked at everyone. He was older, with gray hair and kind eyes. "I think we need to do something," he said. "Jamie is just a kid. We can't let bullies like Mr. Smith think they can do whatever they want." Everyone nodded. I listened carefully. I felt a little proud that they cared so much. Mrs. Lilly looked at us and said, "I want to thank everyone for helping. We are a small town, but we are strong when we stick together." The store felt warmer now. It was not just a place to buy things. It was a place where people helped each other. Then someone spoke up. It was Tommy, a boy about my age. "I think we should do something special for Jamie," he said. "He's been through so much. Maybe we can help him with something." Others agreed. They wanted to do something kind. Mrs. Lilly looked at me and smiled. "Jamie, you've shown us all that even a small kid can be brave. We want to help you now." My heart felt heavy and light at the same time. I didn't ask for much. I just wanted to feel safe and cared for. One man, Mr. Rogers, stepped forward with a big smile. "I want to start a fund," he said. "A special jar where everyone can put money. We can use it to help Jamie, food, school supplies, whatever he needs." Everyone clapped. I looked at all their faces. I felt a strange warmth inside. Mrs. Lilly reached out and squeezed my hand again. "We all believe in you, Jamie. You are not alone anymore." That day, I learned something important. When people stand together, they can do big things. Even small kindnesses add up. We can make the darkness go away with light and love. Outside, the sky was getting darker. But inside the store, I felt like I had found a small piece of hope. Maybe I wasn't completely lost. Maybe, just maybe, things could get better. And I knew one thing for sure. I was not alone. Not anymore. I wake up in my small room, feeling a little stronger. After everything that happened at the store, I know things are changing. The community worked together. They stood up against Mr. Smith, the man who was mean and angry. Now I feel like I am part of something bigger. It's a new day, but I am still thinking about that night. Mrs. Lilly, the pregnant cashier, was hurt. The store was full of shock and silence. But then Mr. Hayes, the brave veteran, came in and told Mr. Smith to leave. Mr. Smith looked very angry and humiliated. He ran out of the store and out of town. Everyone watched him go, silent but angry inside. I walked to the store with my small bag. My stomach feels a little less empty today. I remember the dime Mrs. Lilly gave me. It was a small gift, but it made me believe that kindness can be real. I look around and see the store's windows shining in the sun. I smile a little. When I get to the store, Mrs. Lilly is there. She is sitting behind the counter. She looks tired, but stronger. She smiles when she sees me. "Good morning, Jamie," she says softly. "Good morning," I answer. I want to tell her thank you again. She is kind to me, even when she is hurt. Mrs. Lilly looks around and says, "The store feels different today, but I am okay. The town is helping us. They want us to be safe." I nod. I feel better. I think people are starting to care more. They're showing that kindness is strong. Mrs. Lilly pats her belly and says, "We will keep going. My baby and I need to stay strong, and I want to help others too." That's when Mr. Hayes walks into the store. He is tall and kind. His face is calm, but I see the strength in his eyes. He walks over to Mrs. Lily and says, "You did the right thing. The town is proud of you, and we all want to be brave like you." Mrs. Lily blushes a little. "Thank you, Mr. Hayes. I just want everyone to be safe." Mr. Hayes looks at me and says, "Jamie, I want to talk to you. You showed courage too. When everyone was silent, you kept hope alive. That is very brave." I feel my cheeks turn red. I just want things to be better. I want everyone to be kind. He puts his hand on my shoulder. That is the most important thing. We all can make a difference. When we care, we help heal the wounds. Suddenly, I see Mr. Smith's face in my mind. I remember how angry he was, how cruel he could be. I wonder if he is really gone forever, or if he will come back someday. I hope not. I want peace and kindness to stay in our town. Mrs. Lily looks out the window and says, "The town has made a choice. We will stand against cruelty. We will support each other, no matter what." I look around the store. I see the shelves, the small coins on the counter, the sunlight in the windows. I feel the hope grow inside me. It is not a big hope, but it is enough for now. The town is changing. The darkness of anger and cruelty is starting to fade. People are learning that kindness is stronger than hate, and I believe that too. As I leave the store, I think about the future. Maybe things will be better now. Maybe the kindness will grow, and the town will become a place where everyone can feel safe. I walk outside into the bright day. I take a deep breath and feel a little stronger. I know I am not alone. We are all in this together, and I promise myself, I will keep hope alive. I will always try to be kind, even when it's hard, because I have seen what happens when people come together. Compassion and courage can heal even the deepest wounds. That is what I believe now, and I feel ready for whatever comes next. I wake up early in the small town. The sun is shining through my window. I feel a little stronger than yesterday. People have been kind to me, and that makes me happy inside. I look around my room. It's simple, but it's mine. I think about everything that has happened. I feel proud that the community helped us. We are not alone anymore. Today, I walk to the store with a small hope in my heart. Mrs. Lily is inside. She is sitting behind the cash register. I see her smile when she looks up. Her face is gentle, but I can tell she is tired. She is pregnant, and that makes her even more vulnerable. Still, she is kind, and that makes me feel safe. I walk up to her and say, "Good morning." She smiles back and nods. She knows me well now. I like her. She always gives me kind words and a little bit of hope. Mrs. Lily is busy helping a customer. I look around the store. It feels calmer today. The shelves are full, and the air smells like bread and soap. I think about how she protected me when I felt scared. She always listens and cares. That makes her special. Suddenly, I see Mr. Smith walk in. He is a middle-aged man. His face is mean, and he always looks angry. He comes to the counter and talks loudly. "Where are my cigarettes?" he asks. His tone is impatient. Mrs. Lily looks at him kindly. "Sorry, Mr. Smith, I don't have any right now," she says softly. He frowns. "What do you mean? I want my smokes now," he says. His voice gets louder. He slams his hand on the counter. "Give me what I paid for." Mrs. Lily shakes her head. "I'm sorry. I can't give you cigarettes if I don't have them," she says calmly. Mr. Smith's face gets red. He huffs and steps closer to her. "You're useless," he yells. Then, suddenly, he pushes her hard. She stumbles backward. She is pregnant, and I see her try to keep her balance. Everyone in the store stops. We all look at what just happened. I feel my heart pounding. Mrs. Lily is scared. She is brave, but she is also vulnerable. She is hurt by his words and his actions. But then, from the back of the store, I hear a loud voice. It is Mr. Hayes. He is an older man, a veteran. He is known for being brave and kind. He steps forward quickly. "Hey, leave her alone, mister," Hayes says loudly. His voice is strong and firm. "You have no right to hurt her. You need to go now." Mr. Smith looks at him. His face twists with anger. But he sees Mr. Hayes's serious face. Slowly, he steps back. His eyes are full of anger and shame. "Fine," Mr. Smith mutters. He turns around and walks out of the store, slamming the door behind him. Everyone in the store breathes a sigh of relief. They look at Mrs. Lily. She is shaken, but she is safe. I go closer and say, "Are you okay, Mrs. Lily?" She nods slowly and smiles. "Thank you, Jamie. Thank you all," she says softly. "We are stronger when we stand together." People start talking quietly. Some tell stories about kindness and bravery. Others just watch Mrs. Lily to make sure she is all right. I see her holding her belly gently. She looks tired but proud. Mr. Hayes comes over and pats my shoulder. "You did good, Jamie," he says. "Sometimes we have to stand up and fight for what's right." That's how we make our town better. The store begins to settle down. The people gather around Mrs. Lily and me. They talk about helping her and supporting her. We decide to make a small fund, some money to help Mrs. Lily and her baby. A few people take out their wallets. They put in coins and bills. "This is to help you, Mrs. Lily," someone says. Others nod in agreement. I look at everyone. I feel happy and proud. We are not just a store or a town. We are a team. We stand together against cruelty. When someone gets hurt, we all try to help. Mrs. Lily looks at the money. Tears fill her eyes. "Thank you all," she says softly. "Your kindness makes me believe in good things. We will get through this together." As I leave the store, I think about what happened today. I think about how brave Mr. Hayes was. I think about how everyone came together. I realize that even in dark times, kindness can shine like a light. I walk home feeling a little stronger. I know that tomorrow might be hard, but I also know I am not alone. There are many people who care, and that makes me hope for a better day. In this small town, kindness and courage have won again. And I believe that, little by little, we can make everything better. It was quiet in the store. The day was ending, and the small town was settling down. I stood near the counter, feeling tired but familiar. Today had been a hard day, but something good had happened. I looked at Mrs. Lily. She was sitting behind the register, her face tired but calm. She was pregnant, and I knew she was strong, even though she looked fragile now. I remembered how Mr. Smith, the bitter man, had come in earlier. He wanted cigarettes, and Mrs. Lily told him no. He got angry. He yelled and pushed her. I saw her fall back, and I felt a big knot in my stomach. I was scared. But Mr. Hayes, the old veteran, stepped up. He told Mr. Smith to leave. Mr. Smith looked at him mad, but he knew Mr. Hayes was serious. After a moment, Mr. Smith turned and ran out of the store. He looked humiliated. Everyone watched him go, silent and angry. Now, everything was quiet again. People in the store looked at each other. Some looked sad. Some looked angry. They all knew what had just happened. It was a moment of truth. The man who was cruel had been shown the door. His bad actions had made him leave. Mrs. Lily looked at me and smiled softly. "Jamie," she said, "you did good today. You stood up for what's right. I am proud of you." I felt my cheeks get warm. Her words made me feel brave, even though my stomach still felt a little shaky. Mr. Hayes came over and patted my shoulder. "You're a brave boy," he said. "Today, we all saw how kindness and courage can make a difference." I looked around. The store was full of people now. They all wanted to help. I knew deep inside that something had changed today. The darkness that had been in our town was beginning to fade. We were coming together. Some of the good people in the store started talking. They wanted to help me. Mrs. Lily was kind and told everyone about how I had found a dime earlier. She said that little acts of kindness can help us get through hard times. That made me smile a little. It was true. A small coin, a small act of kindness, had given me hope. Then Mr. Hayes stepped forward. "We need to help this boy," he said loudly. "He needs food, school supplies, and a safe place to grow up. Let's make a fund for him." Many people agreed. They pulled out their wallets and put in coins, bills, anything they had. They wanted to help me survive and grow strong. Mrs. Lily looked at all the coins and bills. She nodded. "We will do this," she said. "Our town is not just a place of silence or cruelty. It's a place of kindness and hope." Soon, everyone was working together. They made a group and started a special jar. Every coin helped. We called it the Hope Fund. It was a promise that no one in our town would be forgotten or left alone. I watched as the jar filled up slowly. It made my heart feel warm. For the first time, I felt like I belonged. I felt safe, not just because of the coins, but because I knew everyone cared. Later that night, I sat outside my small house. The stars were shining bright. I looked at the sky and thought about everything. Mr. Smith was gone now. He was humiliated and embarrassed. He had left town because his cruelty was too much for anyone to accept. I was happy he was gone. I didn't want to see him hurt anyone again. Mrs. Lily's store was peaceful now. She was resting, and her belly was round with her baby. I knew she was tired, but she was also strong. She had faced a lot today, and she still smiled. I looked at the small pile of coins I had saved. It wasn't much, but it was enough to make me feel hopeful. I knew that with the help of my friends and neighbors, I could survive. I could believe in a better future. And as I watched the stars twinkle, I felt a deep truth in my heart. Sometimes, kindness and courage, small acts and brave words, can change everything. Sometimes anger and cruelty can be driven away by a community that cares. In that quiet night, I knew this was the start of something new. A better day was coming. We all had a part to play, and I was ready to be part of it. Because I learned today that true justice does not come only with anger. It comes when people stand together and show their kindness. That's how we make our town a better place, by caring, by fighting for what is right, and by never giving up hope. And I knew deep down that I was not alone anymore. Together, we could face anything. The end.